Mr. Kambinda, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much, and thank you for giving us this platform so that we can be able to provide this very important update to the nation.
Absolutely, always a pleasure talking to you. Now, of course, we clearly know that the trigger was, the salary increment, the demand for it thereof as well. But just clearly, run us through, about the initial key demands placed on the table during these wage negotiations.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. The the key issues, as you have just narrated in the introduction, is that some of them is the salary increases and salary alignments. And we are also saying that when we look at the pension, the Labour Act says that an employee need to be only be given a severance pay only once they turn 65. And Namib Mills is having a policy that the people get home when they turn 60. Now, the challenge with that is that it does not really align with the Labour Act, that you find people. Namib Mills is a company which have started, which is over 40 years in existence. And there are employees who have worked for this company for 40 years. And after 40 years, when they leave and go home, the years of service they have served this company after 40 years, it's in the West. They don't get paid severance pay. And that is one of the demand which we are saying that our people, when they are going home, because the income have stopped, it is just right that after 40 years, these employees could be able to be given at least the severance pay.
And how far did this negotiation breakdown go? Where do we currently stand?
No, where we are standing now is that there was a communication between ourselves, and we have met at least.
When you say ourselves, does that mean the NARETU management or
yes,
including Namib Mills?
Yes, Namib Mills and us. Okay. The company reached out to us this afternoon, late in the afternoon, of which we have started initiating, getting back to the table so that we can be able to try to find a solution. So that is a latest update, which also make it that tomorrow there is a possibility also that tomorrow we will be starting possibly with the negotiation now to try to break the impasse.
Absolutely. Now, you've also, or rather the union has spoken strongly about salary alignment. Very often there's a confusion between what is salary increment and salary alignment. We can talk about salary alignment perhaps being, once pay being adjusted based on external market rates. But in layman terms, what does that actually mean? And perhaps just how crucial or critical this is now for, Namib Mills employees that are on strike.
Yeah, no, thank you. The salary alignment, we are proud to say that we are the only union in the country which is advocating for salary alignment. Now, what in layman's term, what salary alignment means is that if you as Madam Selma and Petersen started working at NBC, we both of us were recruited in the same financial year, having the same qualification, doing the same job. We were recruited in 2021. It is just right for us to be able to be paid the same salary because we are doing the same job, equal value, equal pay. So that is what we are advocating. But now what we have found there is that just to put it also to the nation is that you find a person who have been working at Namib Mills for 38 years. This person's salary is not even at 8,000. But there is a person who had been at Namib Mills for 3 years. His salary is 12,000.
Why this inequality gap?
It is because the time when people are being given offers, you just accept because you are looking for a job. And that is when a union comes in now, like NARETU, that those historical mistakes need to be corrected, that we cannot continue having this inequality, that you are even the one transferring the skill and teaching this person the job. When this person is coming in, you are the one teaching them and training them. But yet when we go to the end of the month, when we go to our banks, their bank SMSs is bigger than the people which they have found there. So these are some of the historical mistakes which we are correcting.
Just in light of those highlighted inequalities, Mr. Petersen, of course, there's also a downside when it comes to striking. Perhaps highlight just some of this impact when, when it comes to, workers who are on strike. I mean, we're talking about economically as well, in households, as well. Just talk to us about some of those impacts and perhaps how, what you've observed really in terms of preparedness for employees should this strike be prolonged.
No, it is an open secret that there is no company in Namibia which have got the capacity to feed the nation. That one is an open secret. All of us, we know about it. That the longer this strike is taking, should it be able to reach for a week, for example, hunger will be knocking on the door of the country. That each and every Namibian should be able to be worried about the strike on which is happening at Namib Mills. Hence, I can be able to quote our late president one time when he was campaigning in Tsumeb. He said, irrespective of how difficult the conversation gets, it's important for us to talk, because it's only through discussion we can be able to reach an agreement or we can be able to solve problems. But if we don't talk, we will not be able to get to a solution. Hence, from our side as a union, being a responsible union, we know and we have already calculated the impact this strike can be able to cause. Hence, we have, at all material times, we have informed the company that they need to leave their arrogance aside, but let us come to the table so that we can be able to find a solution.
Mr. Kambinda, the other issue as well, as highlighted earlier in the intro, is that you have accused Namib Mills, of course, for violating strike rules.
Yes.
What does that mean? What proof do you actually have to support those claims?
I will give you only one incident, is that Namib Mills, due to time, Namib Mills is having contracts with service providers, of which the union have agreed that those contractors, they can be able to be made use of. We got no problem. But a day ago, on Tuesday, the company, on Monday night, the company brought in a company called 360 Consultant, which they have got no agreement with, which they even sneaked on, not even using the original door where employees used to get into to work, but they were using a different company's door for them to get inside to go do the job of the striking employees. Section 74 of the Labor Act is clearly that the company cannot be able to hire new employees for them to come do the job of striking employees. That is a law which Namib Mills already, even before we get to the rules, which Namib Mills have violated.
Absolutely, just besides the rules, of course, but for now it's allegations since we don't have Namib Mills size. But should this be proven, and just given the stipulated, labor law that you just highlighted now, should it now really be proven that this was the case, what action is the union what action will you be taking?
The strike rules also make provision for remedies, that in an event that the rules get violated, what the union have to do is notify the company that these rules which you are violating, refrain from it. And if they don't refrain from it, we need to take them to court, like the way we have done with other companies, that we take them to court and we get remedies. But a lot of the violations, which are over 20 violations which Namib Mills have done, most of them, I will be able to say, fortunately, is that we have resolved them before we even have to get to court.
20 violations?
More than 20 violations.
In what period? Like, give us the time frame.
In these 3 days which the strike have been happening.
All right.
Yes.
And just for clarity, is this strike only confined to Windhoek, or is it spread across the country?
Countrywide.
Oh, okay.
So as we speak now, what is happening in Windhoek is what is happening in Otavi, 1 depot in Otavi, 3 depots in Valfes, 2 depots in Ondangwa. They are all what is happening here. And here in Windhoek is 3 depots. So that is what it's happening all countrywide. And even merchandisers which are in different towns where there is no depots, they are also on strike. So the strike is countrywide.
But now let's just, focus on you. I mean, you specifically have also been accused of assaulting a non-striking employee.
Yes.
Could you just shed more details on that?
Yeah.
And I mean, you could also get in trouble.
Yes, no, that is fine. The one which is being said that had been assault Number one is that he's not an employee of Namib Mills. He's not also a contractor of Namib Mills. He's a person who came there, which we did not even knew what this person's intention was. And he came, when he came with the bus which have violated the rules. That bus in the first place is a bus which brought in employees of 360 employees, which got no agreement with Namib Mills. And when this person came, he's also not a driver, as it's been reported in the media. He's not a driver of that bus. The person was a passenger. And when he came out of the bus, the person came to me to attack me while I was standing there with the securities. The good thing about this incident is that there is video footages and there is witnesses all over. The person came to attack me. In self-defense is when I touched him small.
It's just small.
Yes.
But I mean, just finally, I mean, just because of time, Mr. Kambinda, perhaps, you know, your message to the public or consumers who may be affected by this particular strike.
Yeah, no, the message from our side is that the union and the members have got no intention to be able to bring hunger to the nation. And that is the outcome. If this strike is not being resolved, that will be the ultimate outcome of it. All what the workers want is only that they only want fair and proper benefits to the conditions of their employment. And we are hopeful that Namib Mills will be able to take us on that journey, that we can be able to get to the table to find an amicable solution, which is a win-win situation between ourselves as the representative of the employees and the company, which will be able to benefit the whole country.
Well, Mr. Kambinda, thank you so much for your time and information this evening, and all the best.
Okay, thank you very much.